So now we get down to writing the words on the website. So the words are called copy. It's just another word for words. So therefore, what are the words that are going to appear on your website? See, I want you to start not by just writing lots of things about what it is you do. I want you to take a step back and know exactly why it is you're writing in the first place. And know who exactly it is that you're writing for. So let's just imagine now I arrive at your website. What is it that I want to hear? What do I need to see in those words in order for me to be reassured that you've got a solution for my particular problem that I need solving? Okay, so when we do that, I want you to write personally. Remember, although we market to a group of people, actually when we encounter them one-to-one. So you're speaking to me, I'm speaking to you on a one-to-one basis. And that's how we should be doing the words on our website. And when we're doing that, make sure it's in plain English. You know, nobody's impressed by the fact that we know the buzzwords within our industry. You know, it shouldn't impress anybody. So therefore, don't use it on the website. Because whilst you won't impress somebody, what you might do by using it is actually alienate somebody. And that is certainly not what we want. So keep it all to the layman's terms and keep it all into plain English. So when we're doing that, also try and build a picture in people's minds. You know, we all buy emotionally and then justify with logic and reason. So therefore, if you can paint a picture in my mind of what life would be after you've solved the problem I've got, then that's going to help me to connect with you. So if you're selling, things, we buy moving from pain towards pleasure. So if you're selling something that's going to solve one of my pains, make sure you build a picture of that pain first, and then what it would be like if only I got the pain solved. And if you're painting a picture, if maybe you're selling something that's going to move me towards pleasure, then have a look at how you can paint a picture of how my life would be enriched if only I had what it is you've got to offer. Now, as we do that, of course, we also need to think about search engines. So when we're writing the words on the website, these are the words that Google and the other search engines will look for. Now we're going to talk about search engine optimization later in the program, so I'm not specifically wanting to cover that now, but you should bear in mind the key phrases that people will be looking for to find the solutions that you offer. And you need to make sure search engine optimization is woven through your words. Now let me give you a structure from the words. I don't know whether you've met my friend AIDA before. Now AIDA is really good at helping us structure our words to make them more appealing to people who come to our website. So let me explain. Well, AIDA, quite simply, she stands for attention, interest, desire and action. And those are the processes and the stages that our words must go through in order to help our visitor. So let me expand. First of all, the headline really needs to grab my attention. When I'm looking on the internet, there's lots of websites that might be able to solve my problem. And therefore it's easy for me to click away if I don't see immediately that you can help me. So therefore, in this time-starved generation, we need to really grab the attention quickly. So grab attention with a headline. Make sure it's prominent at the top of the page so that people can see immediately that they're on the right page. Now, once you've done that, you really need to grab my interest. You see, if I'm going to read the rest of the words, you need to pay that forward. You need to buy that commitment from me. And you're going to do that by having what would be called a subheading. So this, sometimes you might well have seen this already, where you get some either bold text or a bigger font just after the heading and before all the small text. Now, in this section, you've really got to give me the key benefits so that you've brought my attention and I can read the rest of the text. So you've grabbed my attention. You've then generated some interest. After the interest, you can use the rest of the words to build my desire for having that solution you have. Okay, as you're doing all of that, that's great, but don't leave me hanging. Once I've already had my attention caught, you've generated this interest, you've moved it into desire, you need to give me an action. So therefore, at the end of this, we need an action for me to follow as your site visitor. I want to take action at that point. So all you've got to do is tell me how. Okay, so let's just recap how our friend AIDA can really help us. Grabbing attention, generating interest, moving that to desire, and then creating action. Okay, I want you to bear all of that in mind when you're writing your words for your website. So you need to talk one-to-one, it needs to be personal, it must be search engine friendly, and we're going to cover that later, but of course you need to think about it within your words and build a picture, create pictures for me. So let's now have a look and we'll see some examples of web copy over on the internet. The first thing we've got to remember with copy is we've got to have some words on there. You know, look at this homepage here. They say that a picture creates 1,000 words, but actually you can't use that excuse online. This is not enough words for me to be able to make any kind of connection. You know, it's not grabbed my attention or interest, desire, and it's certainly not making me carry out an action. So from this website, what I would say is we've got far too few words on there. You know, follow me on Twitter. Well, I'm guessing you're going to be fairly quiet on Twitter because you're fairly quiet on your website. So from a search engine optimization point as well, this is definitely not going to cut it. There are not enough words for the search engines to actually understand. Okay, then there's another one I'd like to show you on this. So I click on pricing, assuming that I'm going to find out how much the service is, given that I've been through products, etc. And look, I don't get satisfied with the result. So this wording across here tells me that it's on a monthly subscription basis, but I'm guessing that you could have told me that on the products page. And it talks about this one free license, but how much is this service? You know, and if you can't actually put a price on your website, and I understand for some people that's not possible, where it is possible, I definitely encourage it. But where it's not possible, I understand, then don't put a pricing tab up here if you're not going to give me actual pricing information down here. Okay, so let's have a move on from that and look at this website. Now this is, as we can clearly see, fleet management and vehicle leasing. So I know I'm in the right place, but look what's happened here. As we come down, we're immediately into the products. Now, you might think that's not so much of a problem, but why should I buy from this particular company? There are lots of people doing vehicle leasing. And what I'm really looking for is some information, probably in here, that tells me why this particular company is worth my time. Now, I really do like all of this stuff here, that we've got the testimonials on the page, and there's lots I could talk about on this page that I do like, but from a words point of view, where are my key phrases, and where is the bit about getting me to take some action, and before that, creating interest and desire. Okay, it's missing. But I want to point out on this particular website a real big no-no. Now, what we've done here, look, is tried to include a lot of key phrases. So what we're putting in is fleet management for all these different towns or cities, and car leasing, vehicle leasing, company car lease. Now, I understand this technique, but this technique is what we would call black hat. And again, I'll explain black hat as I did earlier. It's a dodgy way of getting your key phrases seen by Google. But let me tell you that that will not help you if your words are not right, because when a visitor comes to this website, if it was found in the search engines, and I'm going to explain to you in later sections exactly why that wouldn't work, by the way, but for this section, let's assume that doing that kind of technique did actually bring somebody to your website, then what are they going to do? You know, at the minute you're selling me the vision of buying my fleet of vans or my new Range Rover, but you're not really letting me know how you can help me best. I do, however, like functions like this. So it has to be said this website has got some good features, but the copy is just not doing it. Now let's go back, have a look here. So these guys, we've discussed them before. They're doing brand and design, etc. But look, when we come onto their, what I've done here, by the way, is come into the services section and picked up on the different items they're doing. And we're in store and spatial design at the minute. And what I've got is literally just a paragraph of text, you know, and it's very samey text. And it talks about what store and spatial design is. But I'm guessing that if I've come to that page, I actually know what store and spatial design is. Let's have a look at across here, point of sale design. You know, this is all information that I probably know. So where's the piece in here where it grabs my attention and absolutely generates my interest enough in terms of my desire, not just to have some point of sale design and development work done, but to have it done with pop design and to have it done now. So we're missing lots of elements here. What we've done, we've laid out all of our wares, as it were, on a table and left it at that point. We're not helping the person who comes along to have their interest built up. So there's a few there. Now, across here, account direct. Look at this. This has to be the smallest amount of copy I've ever seen on a page. There are more words contained in the links on this page than there are on the actual page itself. So when I've come to this website, I see that you want me to call you, but why should I call you? Because I don't know why I'm going to want to use you. And that's what should have gone in this area here. Okay, having two calls to action, by the way, a phone number here and a phone number here, is not enough when you've only got one sentence. You can't have one sentence of text to two call to actions. Okay, so these are some of the things that are happening on pages. Now, equally, I just have to pull up this one. We've got so many links, etc., but where are all of the words? You know, we're selling lots of different things, but where are the actual words? And we've got a few here, but it's still not making me buy in. So, guys, we've really got to think about what our copy is actually saying.